Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 7th of December 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Connolly Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Tuesday and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times and let's see what is going on. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We had that recently as well. So things are changing, or there's really the potential to change your destiny as such. Then we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, it's most likely to come via ideas, and ideas that are radical and that seem outrageous and that could make you a bit nervous. And then finally, the Sun. Following these scary inspired ideas and notions actually leads you to a place of control and happiness and wish fulfillment, dreams coming true. So make sure that if you're inspired on this day and it seems really a bit much, or if it seems way out there, then please don't dismiss it. It's an idea that even though it may be somewhat niche or less than mainstream, which is an understatement, then don't just say, oh, this is too complicated, or it won't be accepted, or it's too much of an exception, I can't take this anywhere. Please commit to it and see what you can do about it, because not only is it likely to have a happy outcome, it's part of your path through life, and this is something that's meant to exist in your day-to-day experience. So first of all, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we are in this season where you can make different choices. I always look at the 10 in the Wheel of Fortune because I just think it's so appropriate. 10 is about transition. And if you look at the X here, if you're walking up one road, you come to a crossroads and you have three other ones to choose from. Do I go left, straight, or right? So I think that's the first thing about the Wheel of Fortune, is that the power resides in you to decide what direction you're going to go in. You have total control. You've had the experience of being at the top, and you've also had the experience being at the bottom. You've looked at your life purpose and seen whether you're living it or whether you're still looking for it. Relationships, you've either attained your soulmate or you're still searching. Money, ideas, education, all of these things, you've had some successes in those areas and you've had some failures in those areas. And the point is that with the Wheel of Fortune, you realize that you have a big role to play in these things, and that if you take responsibility for your choices, then it doesn't really matter if you're going to be up or down, because ultimately you know that both states are very natural and that you're going to experience duality in anything that you do. And as long as you are on board with yourself through success and failure, then the stakes aren't so high, because you know you're going to remain at the center of this wheel, and that as long as you're on team you, then the successes and the failures are not irrelevant as such, but they're certainly trivial. So the way to overcome, this is so interesting in this deck, this card, to overcome duality in your life is by unifying your higher self, your spiritual self, your physical self, your emotional self, and realizing that all the power you need exists in you. It's almost like a sun is shining inside of you, and as long as you're alive, that sun is powered by something, and you don't really need to worry about the highs and the lows or acquiring something that's going to make you work and function. You're already functioning. Hooray. Okay, so first of all, one, you have a choice, and you feel like you can make a choice. But second of all, you're not taking things so seriously. The stakes aren't so high. You realize that, hey, if I'm making my choice and I feel good about it, then yeah, a success would be great. But if this doesn't work out, then it's no real skin off my nose either. So yeah, let me see what I can do. I'm willing. I'm optimistic. The Knight of Swords is a court card, so this can appear as a person in your life who's just screaming and shouting and getting on your nerves, basically. The Knight of Swords is the most extreme, and he was around recently as well. So extreme ideas, extreme conversations, things that you hear and that you say which may be totally outrageous, which you wouldn't say at other times, and it's just like, where's all of this coming from? It's like when it's blustery here in the autumn, when everything's just blowing around, And yeah, there may be a lot said at the moment that's less than comfortable and that's even shocking. So it could be someone else, but because it's a court card, this quality could be in you. And you could be in a any kind of event or function. You know that horrible feeling when you're in a group of people, like let's say 10, 20 people, and someone says something and everyone applauds and everyone's like, oh, fabulous, darling. That's just the cleverest thing we ever heard. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, that was a load of BS. And then this is the horrible part. You start feeling this energy rise up from your feet and into your legs and through your torso and in your arms. And before you know it, your mouth is open and you're like, I disagree with that. It's the worst because it puts you on the spot, the other person on the spot. Everyone else becomes very like, no, it's a funky situation to be in, and that's the kind of thing to watch out for today. That you're the one saying these outrageous things because you can't control yourself and you can't resist saying something because it seems so evident to you, so true that it has to be said, right? It's like when someone insults you and you're like, why did you say that to me? And they're like, well, I'm just being honest. I'm just saying. It's like, yes, I realize that. I wouldn't have heard it if you weren't just saying. Okay, so watch out for extreme kind of just off the beam kind of things that just pour out of you. I think this is useful when it comes to entertaining extreme ideas. So I'm inspired to change my life by going in a different direction. It seems implausible. It seems unlikely, but I'm super excited about it. And what I said earlier in the reading is if you get that vibe, that this idea seems less than promising, but I love it, then please use that extreme mindset and that willingness to think outside of the box to pursue this new idea or this eureka aha moment that you've had, because it does lead to the sun, and the sun is a major arcana card, same as the Wheel of Fortune. Talks about a fundamental moment in life that we all have where you get to choose again and where you get to change your direction in life. The sun talks about this fundamental theme that you are something that is solar powered, like not literally, but you are solar powered in the sense that your solar plexus chakra is kind of your body's consciousness identity, your control over your physical body. And a sun is self-powered. It doesn't need to be topped up once in a while. And when you realize that you have all this amazing power, then it gives you a sense of lightness, like these little Cupid angels here, that you don't need to try so hard and it's not all that serious, because as long as you have everything that you need and you have your life and you realize that you are this person at the center of it all, then everything else becomes inconsequential. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Not irrelevant, but inconsequential. So even if someone does whack you around the head and says something totally mean to you or stupid or whatever, you're just like, was that necessary? Then you're able to rise above that very easily. The main gift of this day is your ability to think in an irreverent way outside of the box, and that thinking can change your course through life and can put you in a position where you feel naturally empowered and where things are easy, because things are just now working in your favor because you've aligned yourself with your own destiny as such. You're not going against the grain. Number-wise, we got 10, and a court card, which is 1, is 11, and 19 is 20 is 30. 30 in numerology reduces to 3, and 3 is about communication and new beginnings. So communicate, yes, have these wonderful, inspiring ideas, but also have a word with yourself and say, do you know what? Do you need to be stuck in this, or can you choose again and get yourself in a better position? It's kind of a rhetorical question because the answer is, yeah, you can choose again and get yourself in a better position. So make sure that you prompt yourself to look at that, and that can be the start of something totally new, and it's something that's aligned with the way you think, and that makes you feel empowered. It's not something that you're being forced into. So there's the opportunity to make your life bigger and to have a lot more freedom in it. So that's a super optimistic, positive day. I mean, both of these cards are really positive major arcana cards that are positive life themes and experiences. And then we have this extreme character in the middle, storming around like a Tasmanian devil, kicking up all these ideas and these leaves flying around. But, you know, sometimes you need to brainstorm to come up with something amazing and original and unique. And that's the opportunity today. You're like an inventor, you're like a designer, you're like a scientist, you're someone who's an intellectual. Okay, so I hope you have a fabulous day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit and you'll get to the Book Your Readings button. Click on that to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology, and I can answer any questions you may have. So if you're questioning your life purpose or relationships or self-esteem or personal development, self-actualization, anything about relationships or money or location, get in touch with me. I can have a look at that for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.